Good. Super. Well, it's so good to see everyone here, and I want to welcome you to my video from overwhelm to purpose and joy. This is week 6, let go, simplify. Now, in my last video of this series, from overwhelm to purpose and joy, I talked about taking care of yourself when you simply have too much on your mind. Discuss the benefits of doing a brain dump when feeling overwhelmed. Do you remember what a brain dump is? It's sitting down with a clean sheet of paper and write everything down that's for about only 5 minutes. One of our participants said, quote, "I need to do a brain dump before bed because sometimes I have a hard time falling asleep because I have so much in my mind. Not all these are words. Sometimes they're new ideas and strategies." Now, I love this comment because it shows how writing down by hand can actually calm your brain down, which makes perfect winding down activity at night. Once you write everything down, there's a sense of relief, as if a weight was lifted off your shoulders. Even if you haven't done anything on your list just yet, there is that period of transformation in which your brain goes from utter chaos to the first stages of organization. You can then use this moment to take a deep breath with intention and assure yourself that you are in control, that you're on your way to prioritization and then action. My name is Robin Thomas, and I am a business and lifestyle coach and a community leader in holistic health and wellness. I've had my own wellness business with USANA Health Science since 2004, and I founded my healthy living community, Living Well Connect, in 2015. Now, writing things down clarify your goals, priorities, and intentions. You know, there's just that connection between the brain and the actual writing. Typing it on the computer doesn't seem to do as well. It's got to be that physical connection. And when you have your goals, your priorities, and your intentions in front of you in writing, you're forced to see and evaluate each of them. So from your brain dump list of tasks and ideas, which ones really resonate with? Which are too vague and still needs tweaking? Which ones should you prioritize? Which can you defer for later? Which can you just simply let go? Now, there's an art to this, to knowing when to push ourselves and when to be gentle with ourselves. Both serve a purpose. Many of us are in the habit of keeping long lists we want to accomplish. And it could be a list of simple tasks, or it could be a list of complicated things. This long lists. Others have learned from Leslie Flowers how to settle and make steps towards that specific goal. She offers excellent support on 10 steps to achieving our goals. The most powerful steps I've found is to write them down. I'll share to Leslie's site below the video. So I took what I learned and I fine-tuned it with my mentor, Carmen Marshall of Soulcraft. Carmen teaches a simple weekly action plan that she calls a WAP. It's transformed the way I approach both my business and my life. And I'll share her link also. Once a week, every week, I take the time to write out my weekly action plan according to my own and my values. I generally do this on Sundays. Now, I can either do it before my day to unplug and then have just a fun day, because I told you how important me time is. Or sometimes it's at the end, which is also great because that takes away that Monday morning worry. I know a lot of people who don't sleep well at night on Sunday night because they're worried ahead. So what works for you? I would do that. So no matter who you are and what you've accomplished, motivation doesn't last on its own. You could get all pumped up and energetic in sporadic periods only to sink back into a rabbit hole of self-doubt and hesitation days later. This is what my weekly action plan helps. It includes a combination of my most important business and lifestyle activities. So as we work toward purpose and joy, we must pay attention to our overall health, right? So this is what I wanted to show you. This is my WAP. It's pretty simple. It's just a calendar and then a little bit of writing. I have simplified it. When I started doing a WAP, a weekly action plan, it would be sheets and sheets of paper. I was spending more time on my WAP than I was on taking action. So this is my simplified version. And shoot, I color code it, of course. My WAP has 4 main sections. The top section, where I start with, is abundance. Now this could be abundance, this could be your passion, this could be your mission statement, or it could or your overall goal. And I know Leslie likes us to have quarterly goals, so it could be a quarterly goal. But it's the bigger goal. It's not what you want to do this day, but this is more the overall goal. Mine is filled with abundance. It depends on you and your own personal values. But definitely a statement at the top should make you excited and maybe a little scared. And this statement changes as you grow and as you reach different milestones. But it definitely should be something that you're really passionate about. The second in my WAP is my wins and accomplishments of the previous week. Now, don't tell me you didn't have any wins, because everybody has something that week, some little thing or some big thing. It doesn't matter. If it's a win, write it down. Now, I used to get to the end of the week, what all I'd done the week before. I wondered if I'd gotten anything done. If you don't write them down, you're going to begin to feel defeated and unmotivated. Another big one, the third one, gratitude. Now, in the second video of this series, I spoke about 3 simple habits, our mindset to ones of empowerment and happiness. One of those is to focus on gratitude. Now, remember, I said to write 3 things each day that you're thankful for, either first thing in the morning or before you go to bed. Now, here in your weekly action plan is the view those things you've written about through the week and journal about your favorites. This is really going to help your mindset go into action and motivation. And so the 4th section of the weekly action plan is my goals and or action steps for the week. The terminology is on the person. I like goals for the week. This is not my main goal, main overall goal. It's not a grocery list of tasks to do that I have to do this, and this week. But it's 2 to 3 main actions you want to focus on in the coming week that will move you towards your goal? You know, even if you have the most strong and rebels, you've got to write it down in order to maintain your resolve and remind yourself on a regular basis. This writing has made all the difference in the world for me. Now, what's the other side? The other side is my calendar. This is my handwritten calendar. I also use Google Calendar. You can make plans. You can make all kinds of plans, but if you schedule your action steps, it's so easy, especially these days, to fritter your day away. And at the end of the day, you haven't accomplished anything towards your goal. Now, this calendar to my weekly action plan is really for convenience. And I just happened to find this great little journal that had a calendar week calendar in it. I love my online Google Calendar also. I definitely send appointments, put appointments in there in specific times. The calendar sends me reminders. And those reminders are extremely helpful, especially if I'm really involved in my writing or really involved in something that is part of my goal, but I have a scheduled appointment with another person. I want to not miss that appointment. So here are for scheduling, because not everybody schedules that I'm scheduling. And I don't want to make it complicated, but there's things for yourself, if you don't do, you're not going to do it. If it's scheduled, it gets done. Tips for scheduling. Put in negotiables first. These are things that you have a responsibility for, that you live, and to care for your family. You know, you don't want to, well, when school, you don't want to forget to pick up your kids from school. Absolutely. Or just different things like that are just negotiables you have to do. Number 2, though, schedule time for you. This includes exercise, meditation, journaling. I have a morning ritual that includes all 3. Ritual has changed my life. It really starts the day off great. I modeled it on Lauren McClurkin's Conscious Strong movement, and I'll also share her site below the video. And schedule blocks of time to work on your main goal. You need to give a couple of hours at least at a time to really focus on what your main goal is. To write a book, you have to schedule the time to write. If you are needing to reach out and to clients or potential clients, if you don't schedule that time, that is really easy to put off. And then you find yourself at the end of the day and you haven't done it. And also, schedule specific appointments. And be sure to schedule time to complete those action steps that you set in your weekly action plan. And you want to do it. These are a goal for you. And the last thing I have, and I'm sure you have more ideas, and please, if you have more ideas and things to schedule, but really important to me, schedule things you know you will procrastinate on. It's so easy to procrastinate. But if it's in your calendar and you get a reminder, it's like, okay, I'll sit down. I'll do this for an hour. I'll do this for 2 hours, whatever time you have for your block. So in writing these things down, this is why I don't just depend on my Google Calendar. Important things down also in my calendar, because you have a record of what you did, what you thought of, what you acted on, and it helps you reflect on what worked and what didn't. And you can gauge your strengths and your weaknesses and identify how you're spending your time and energy. Look for patterns, excuses, or distance. Reevaluate your weekly action plan week and decide, what do you need a little more of in this moment? Do you need a break? Were you maybe over-enthusiastic at the beginning of the week? Or do you need a little push? Have you been sort of floating by and you need to okay, these are things I have to accomplish. I need to do this. Next video, I'm going to guide you on how to let go and say no. Because women, we tend to overextend ourselves and say yes to way too many things. And I want you to be able to serve your overall purpose and joy authentically you. If you find it hard to say no, be sure to listen to my next video. But in the meantime, your homework, yes, homework, take some time this week to make a weekly action plan based on your own personal purpose and values. And don't forget to schedule weekly action steps. Always remember to be true to yourself and who you be to accomplish your dreams. And never, ever settle, especially from yourself. Hope you've been enjoying these videos. I'd love for you to join me in the Living Well Connections community. I founded Living Well Connections to support, educate, and empower all of us to make healthy decisions toward a more balanced and fulfilling life. So over to livingwellconnections.info to learn more about us and to receive my free ebook, 5 Ways to Get Started with Healthy Habits Without Getting Overwhelmed. Have a wonderfully productive week ahead and share your purpose and joy. Take care.